Shalom Talmidim, התנועות העברית פרק י' qamats gadol or qamats hatuf. The Hebrew Vowels Lesson 10. Is this spelled qamats or qamats hatuf? When we were learning the vowels, we learned two different vowels with exactly the same sign, but different pronunciations. One of them is qamats gadol, a long ah, and the other is qamats hatuf, a short o. How can we tell them apart? First, let me say that regular qamats, the long a, qamats gadol, is much more common than qamats hatuf. So if you are in doubt, try ah for the sound. But there are some rules that can help us be sure which vowel it is. When the qamats appears with a metheg, do you remember we learned metheg in a previous video? It's a short vertical line just to the left of the vowel sign. When the qamats appears with a metheg, it will be a qamats gadol, a long a. Do you remember the metheg tells us to slow down and pronounce the vowel fully? Here's an example. In this word, we have a qamats with a metheg next to it. So that says, pronounce it long. Ha-chama. So, with a metheg, we will have a qamats gadol, a long a. Ha-chama. When the qamats occurs immediately before hatuf qamats, remember that's the composite shava, the ultra-short o, right? Then the qamats itself will be qamats hatuf, short o. Here's an example. Notice we have a qamats of some sort under the bait in this word. Look under the aleph. There is a hatuf qamats. So from the aleph onward, the word is pronounced ohalim, ohalim. So the qamats under the bait will be a short o. It will be qamats hatuf. Bo ohalim, bo ohalim. In a closed, unaccented syllable, the qamats will usually be qamats hatuf, short o. So take this word. We've already seen the word ha-chama, which had a qamats and a metheg under the chet, but in this word, we just have a bare qamats. Now, there's no accent mark on the word, so we assume the accent is on ma, the last syllable, with a qamats hey, a long vowel, right, at the end. Okay, so then we see that the first syllable is a closed syllable, and it's unaccented. Therefore, this qamats under the chet must be a qamats hatuf, a short o, chokhmah. This is the word for wisdom, and is one of the most common words with qamats hatuf in it, chokhmah. If you can remember, the word chokhmah has an unaccented closed syllable up front. It might help you remember this rule. There's one more rule of thumb, which is really a subset of this closed unaccented syllable rule. When some forms of the word have a cholam, and other forms of the word have some sort of qamats in the same place, the qamats will usually be qamats hatuf, short o. Take the word kol. This means all, or each, or every. When it occurs by itself, it's got a cholam after the kaf. But when the word comes joined to some other word with a maqef, Remember, the maqaf is that hyphen used in Hebrew. Notice that the cholam in the word by itself becomes a qamats. Now, if there's an O vowel in a certain position in a word sometimes, and other times there's a qamats in that same word, in that same position, it will almost certainly be qamats hatuf, a short O. So by itself, kol is pronounced kol. When it comes in the phrase the whole earth, we pronounce it kol haaretz. It's not kal haaretz, it's kol haaretz. So the word sounds pretty much the same, whether it's written with cholam or with qamats hatuf. Now, did that help, or did that make things more complicated?